For the beginning, I would like to pay my highest regard to our school principal, judges, distinguished guests, teachers, all the outstanding candidates, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sreylen, and today I am so glad standing here on the stage and sharing about a very well-prepared topic to everyone. Well, our today's topic is going to talk about the causes and solution of domestic violence. So, what is domestic violence? I guess some of you might know about this, but for those who don't, let me tell you. Domestic violence is a type of violence that committed by the victim's domestic circle. This includes partner, ex-partner, family, other relatives, or can be friends. And here is the question again. What are the causes of domestic violence? If you're still curious about this problem, let's get into my point with me. For the first cause is environment. Do you know that parent behavior is a very huge influence on children's life? Can you imagine about growing up in a place full of arguing, fighting, and shouting? Can you imagine about that one situation? Deep down, it left a very big scar on the victim's heart as well as for the kids. Those kind of bad behavior may be the sample for the kids to follow their parents' actions. A place or an environment where a person living is really important because they might repeat the history just like who they live with used to do. Like we normally said that parents are the role models of their own child. And the next one is poverty and unemployment. People in dire financial crisis are more likely to be involved in domestic violence. Half of homeless women and children are the victims of domestic violence. The major correlation of this is the fact that the abused poverty often lacks the means to escape the situation. Or they may not access the legal help or being able to afford their own housings. Nevertheless, an abuser always takes a step to keep their victims' poverty as well. For example, that an abuser may wreck a job opportunity of the victims in order to keep the victims depends on them. And the last one is education. Do you know that women with secondary education lower the risk of domestic violence? This is possible because us women would love to see ourselves as equal to the abuser or to have the means to secure our independence and to avoid any factors of family violence. And here is the question again. What about those who are not this well educated? As we can see that most of the victims are women and some of them are not well educated. That is how it makes them even weaker and weaker than the abuser. I'm not trying to looking down, but those who are like that normally afraid whether they can be alive or not if they distance themselves from that one person since they are not well educated. In a very rude word, they're just afraid to starve to death if they distance themselves from that one person. So as a friendly reminder, knowledge is power. Since we already know some of the causes of domestic violence, what about solution? Are there any solution of this? Of course, why not? The most effective way to address domestic violence is through prevention and intervention. For prevention, we can start by creating an environment where people know how to respect, accept it, and congregate for their difference. This can accomplish through education about a healthy relationship, gender equality, and respect. As well for intervention strategies such as advising and support survive must be helpful for individual who is experiencing or facing domestic violence. Advising help provide a safe and confidential space for discussing about a dynamic relationship and also learn how to communicate effectively as well. And it also can help to address childhood traumas or substance abuse that may have contributed in violence or being in a type of that environment. In conclusion, there are some of the causes and solutions that I just talk and share to everyone at the moment. So on the other hand, I just hope that domestic violence will be decreased day by day so there will be harmless people and no more nightmare will be left in anyone's childhood's memory anymore. That's it for my presentation. Thanks for paying attention.